Let's begin our journey on learning graph theory with C++ course by looking at what is graph theory and few of its real-world applications. Graph theory is the study of graph and its properties. So what is the graph then? Graphs are mathematical structures used to model pairwise relationship between objects. Below diagram shows you an example of graph. Here these encircle entities called vertices or nodes, and line which connect each of these vertices called edges. Now in this graph, each vertex is numbered, but in other cases, depending on a graph, vertices can represent locations or cities or peer in network or person and etc. And of course, depending on the graph, these edges may represent the distance or network traffic and etc. Now let's discuss some example of graph theory in real-world applications. Our first example is sociogram. Sociogram is a graphical representation of social links some person has. It is the structure of interpersonal relationships in a group situations. Now these sociograms can be used to reduce misbehavior in classroom environments by identifying the pathways for social acceptance for misbehaving students. Now in this context, each vertex represents the individual and edge may be weighted by relationship among them. Now for a small classroom, we can construct and observe the sociogram manually. But if it is done for a large group of people, the algorithms we learn here will be greatly helpful to query or mine in this sociogram relationship. The second example is network routing. As you may be aware, informations like emails, files and messages, all sort of things, is transferred through internet by means of data packets. Now, this connectivity can be modeled by a graph. In this case, vertex may represent the end user, server or router, and edges represent the connectivity among these peers, and these edges may contain the details as network traffic and etc. So the routing of the information from one place to another place in a low-cost manner can be done using algorithms that we are going to learn here. Our third example is vehicle routing. Now we all find shortest path and less traffic path using Google Maps every day. Have you ever wondered how Google finds these paths from one place to another? Now if we have graph of connected cities with roads as the edges, here we can use the algorithm we are learning throughout this course to find shortest path between two cities. Okay, now we have a brief idea about what is a graph and what is a graph theory and some of the real-world example of graph. In the next video, we are going to start our discussion of graph by looking at some terms that we are going to use throughout this course. Thank you.